Hello, friends. This is Alia Jamal, the love coach, coming here for another conversation. And today we are talking about the foundation of your life. Now, when you ask yourself that question, or if you ask it to your parents or you ask anyone, they might have a different response, but it will hit somewhere based on faith, especially when a person has gone through few decades of being on this planet Earth. That is where they start leaning. Like, it depends on how deep your faith is and how connected you are to that faith, and that will create a strong foundation for your life. When I go to, so I personally go to different religious institutes slash spirituality places. This is the message I get everywhere. But when you sit down with yourself and you ask yourself, faith in what? Is it faith in God? Is it faith in life? Is it faith in yourself? Is it faith in other people? And you might get the answer, well, all of that. But if that is how you operate, you're a spiritual person, you feel like you're a person of faith, and then you have doubt and you get paralyzed by it, it stops you. And then you get so confused that you can't even make a decision. And then you sit there with your fear, other people not liking you, are you good enough? Or you have anxiety that people are going to reject you. Will you be able to make out of this situation or not? When you sit with all of that, that is an indication of faith is not really there. And that is something that we usually don't like to hear. We want to feel, well, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best with every day. That is true. But at some point, we want to grow beyond that bare minimum. I can tell you, for the longest time, I was at bare minimum. And then a time came where I don't want to live at the bare minimum. I wanted to live higher than what I've been living. So if you're in that place where you want to live higher than where you've been living, this conversation is for you. We assume we have faith and we assume that we trust God. But our actions, our thoughts, our words, and our way of living indicate we don't really have faith and we don't really have trust. I am always curious how to build those skills within us, how to reconnect with that energy. Because there was a time in our existence we were connected with that energy. So, how do we reconnect with that energy? And maybe understand what broke that bond, what got us to where we are right now. Confused, afraid, anxious, paranoid, filled with judgment. How did we get here? It's very important we understand that and how to reconnect to our truth. So one of the things that I have discovered in my own journey, so whatever I teach it from embodiment. Whatever I have discovered in my journey is if you say you want to have faith in God or trust in God, that road has you in front of it. You gotta go through yourself to get to God. And some people are going to just have, like, chills over their body. They're going to be like, this is completely wrong. I am just going to connect with God. Who am I to like put myself in the way? My friend, if you don't trust yourself, you're going to find it impossible to trust God for real. In theory, you can say that. I've been saying that for the longest time. Like, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I would say I absolutely trust God. But did my thought, my actions, my way of living show that? No. But when I started trusting myself, it became easier to trust God. When I started having faith in my ability to carry on, make the decision that I needed to make for myself, to be able to act in a way that was needed when I had that faith that Alia will not abandon me. Alia is not going to leave me behind. She will stand by me. She will be my savior. When I developed that connection with myself, it became easier to have faith in God. So the person that stands between you and your creator is you yourself. The way how you remove yourself out of the way and you can directly connect is first build a connection with yourself. What most of us do, we just numb ourselves. We're like, you don't matter. Your fears don't matter. Your insecurities don't matter. Your lack of self-confidence don't matter. Let me just trust in God. We want to just live in that thing. That moment lasts less than 30 seconds. And then your mind is back attacking at you with those fears, with those insecurities, with that judgment. And now let me help you understand why it works this way. And again, this conversation is for those people who want to go beyond living as a human. That I think that is the best way I can put it. When God created you, or when God created your soul, there is in Christianity, we talk a lot about it. We are created in the image of God. In Islam, we talk about when God created us, He blew into the soul. But let's get off all the confusion. You have a part of God within the soul. We call it divine spark. So there is a tiny piece within you that belongs to that highest power that has created the universe and every single thing you see around you. That that divine spark is within the soul. Unless you make that connection with that, you're not going to get to the source. So if you're sitting there hating yourself, deep down into guilt and shame about whatever you have done or you didn't do, and then you think that you're going to make the direct connection with the creator, you'll be just assuming that you are making that connection. You might feel that power for a little bit, but if you want to start living with that flavor in your mouth, where you feel you're plugged into that light, then you gotta go through yourself. Because let's say I created I'll give you this example. I think there's a lot of moms who follow my stuff, so maybe it will be helpful for you. Let's say um, your oldest child, right? Oldest usually is the most favorite, or if you have only one child, right? You send your child to a friend of yours, right? And they completely dislike that child. They're like, I don't want anything to do with your child. I just want to have a relationship with you. How would you feel about that? Maybe you would be kind, you'll be nice, and you'll still meet with them. But if they don't like your kid, you're not 100% connected with them. So that tiny spark that exists within our soul, our first step is to connect with that. And when you connect with that, ultimately you connect with the creator. When you can build the trust, your soul is not going to abandon you. It's here for good. It's going to be here forever. It is not leaving you. It becomes so much easier to believe every single thing about the creator as well. When you believe that your soul has every single skill that you need to live the best life, all you have to do is connect with that and extract it. Then you will have faith that creator is going to provide every single thing that you need to live the life that you want to live. It doesn't work the other way around. I see so many spiritual people with the lowest self-esteem. They're consumed by fears. They live with guilt and shame. And I mean, sometimes this is taught to us in the religious institute as well. Every single place this is taught. So we feel like I need to put myself down to connect with God. I need to be humble to connect with God. But my friend, that is the wrong kind of conditioning we've been walking around with. Just for 1 month, give it a try what I'm saying. Just for 1 month, build a better relationship with yourself and then see if you can feel God closer to yourself or better or not. And then you can make, you can go back to how you used to do things. What I'm sharing with you, this is my own search for a creator. And I study um, pretty much every single religion. A lot of spiritual paths I've been on. So usually where I go, there's like only one like me. Because that is the craving I had. How to stay connected with the creator all the time. I don't want to live with a theory. I don't want to live with a concept, I'll see him when I die, or my soul will get to taste that experience. I wanted to taste that while in a human body. And this is what I discovered. If I want to get to that power, the way is through me, it's through my own heart. If my heart is locked up with guilt, judgment, fear, resentment, then there's no way I'm ever going to experience that higher power. So I just wanted to share with all of you, or anyone is interested, the foundation of your life is your relationship with yourself. The higher your relationship with yourself, the stronger the foundation of your life is. Because then any storm can come, it's not going to shatter you. It might knock you down for a little bit, but it's not going to shatter you. And I'm talking about real strength. I'm not talking about the pretend ego strength that we are trying to stay strong because we don't want people to see that we are falling apart. I'm not talking about that strength. Most of us are that kind of strong. I'm talking about the strength of your soul, where you start existing in this world, that you control your body, you control your life, not the other way around. And now I'm getting into a completely different conversation, so I'm going to pause here. And I still have, I believe the option to join into Unlocked Heart on Demand program is still available. If you want to just take the first step, get to know a little bit about your heart. What are these blocks that stop you to actually feeling your own essence? You can join. It is starting on Monday, so you can join up until Sunday. I will be putting the link down wherever you're watching this. But if you're really ready to heal your relationship with yourself and you want to experience life beyond fear, beyond judgment, beyond your guilt and shame that you carry around, you can always reach out to me. I would love to be your guide to show you another way of existing. That is all for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Sending you love. Bye.